All right. We're alive. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of the Gentleman's Code, episode 29 here. It's our last week in February. What do we tell you? We tell you every month how fast the month's going to go by, how fast the year's going to go by. We're already 2 out of 12 months down, so, it's moving fast this year. Make sure to stay up on your grind. Make sure to get a plan in action of what you guys are going to do. We have our plan in action of what we're doing, but we're also here to break some breaking news for the week, talk through some
hmm
topics we like to talk through every Wednesday at 8 a.m. The best morning show on the market. If you're outside of Fox, outside of CNN, you want to get a little different perspective, you tap into the Gentleman's Code here on live on X, live on Twitch, live on YouTube, wherever you wake up and scroll in the morning, we're gonna be there right in your face.
Yeah, we're there right there to fucking suffocate you under your pillow. Get the fuck up, pussy. Yeah, if you want to operate in the world, or if you want to operate in the realm of reality, you watch The Gentleman's Code. If you want to live in fucking La La Land, go watch CNN. Okay, all right, that's a good topic for the beginning. How about the lady, the Joyce Reed? What the fuck's her name? Joy Reed.
Oh yeah, fired.
Bomba clot fired. And then you see all these videos on X of her talking about, oh, white tears. I love seeing the white tears. Keep crying. Da, 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 da. All this crazy shit about other people. Boom. Clip of her gets fired. Crying because she got fucking canceled.
I saw her numbers. So I guess like Megan Kelly was going through like what the average for a nightly show is. Usually it's like the low end 300,000, high end like guys like Tucker used to get at Fox for like 600, 700,000 every night. She was getting, I want you to guess how much she was getting a night viewership.
If she got canned, if she got the fucking boot, she had to have been doing 10,000.
A little more 50,000, which is
Oh,
like the
okay.
cutoff line. Once you hit 50,000, they're like, all right, you're not worth it.
You're cooked. Yeah. You're bumba clot.
People put on that on accident, 50,000. You just turn your TV on. It's probably on from before, that's probably what it was.
Yeah, you got 50,000 dead people who haven't turned their TVs off yet watching at night.
Watching the show before at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they're keeled over on the couch and they're still fucking got the TV on. 50,000. And what was the average? You said Tucker got 700,000 typically?
Yeah, I guess the average is like 300 to 400,000 a night. So she was well below that.
I mean, that's good though. That's what they keep saying about the ratings. They keep saying the ratings, the ratings, the ratings. Look at the ratings. This is why you guys' ratings are down. So of course, people are just they understand it's foolishness, so they're not going to keep watching it, which is good.
Yeah.
It's good. The culture's changing.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's more ways to get information these days, and people definitely understand that.
Yeah, the gentleman's code is where you get your information. Everything's fact checked. Everything's peer reviewed.
Yeah, vetted,
Vetted.
vetted 3 times.
Yeah, me and Bobby, we spend 6 hours the night before preparing research for today's episode. Everything we're gonna say today, research, fact checked, boom, concrete. You can fucking bet your life on it that what we're saying is true. So, okay, all right. So Joy Reid, cool, she's cooked. So I had two things to go over today. So one, I was telling you about the Tucker interview with this gentleman who does market
Yeah.
research. And so that'll be something good to throw on here in a little bit. So we'll throw that on here in a sec. All right, let's go. Coot. I don't know how to say his name, but this guy's been commenting and showing a lot of support on the channel. Oh, I got one other thing too. I know.
Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer. Big Daru. Kutus. Kutus. I told Kutus he loves the crypto content. I told him, I said, join the Taylor's Code and get inside the Discord so you can work with the rest of us and the rest of the gentlemen making money in the trenches. And then you'll also be able to see how we're positioning right now with how the market is, because obviously the market's not primed for upside and primed for just buying shit and it going up. So you got to play it a little bit differently. So yeah, Kutus, however you say the name, join the Taylor's Code. In 3 days, 4 days, it's going to be double the price. So
Yeah, if you're loving the YouTube content, if you're commenting on the YouTube content, definitely get inside. You'll see way more information that Priamo's given, especially around crypto. He's putting in so much content inside the Discord, and you could ask him questions directly to whatever you're invested in. If you want to know something, maybe a coin you popped into, we got AI technology in there that'll spit out a bunch of information regarding crypto that you're looking into, and Priamo will give you his analysis right on the spot. So definitely take advantage of it.
absolutely. All right. He said, I will, bro. All right. Don't lie to me. I'm going to wait. So the link is in the description. Hold on. Is it in the description of this video? Yeah. University for the Ultimate Professional. Click on that link. Kutus. Join the school. And then once you're inside of the school, go to the classroom section of the school. There's going to be a course in there called the Private Crypto Plays. Join the Private Crypto Plays. I'm going to send you the link to the Discord. We're going to get you the server role attached. You're going to have access to the private Discord and the private campus in there with all the crypto plays. We'll get you inside. We'll get you making money. Anyways, one last thing before we jump into looking at these luxury watches, because I'm in the mood to buy a watch here pretty soon. So me and Bobby are gonna we're gonna run through a couple of watches online. So a good lesson for the gentleman, right? So every time you try to start something new, nobody's going to believe in the vision of what you're trying to do, right? And so it's important to remember, once you start becoming successful, once you start gaining success, there are going to be people who hate on your success, want to push back on your success, right? And so what happens is people get discouraged because they receive pushback, they get hated on for being successful, etc. I saw this all the time in the insurance industry. When I was building my insurance brokerage, you would get shit all the time from people. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're in sales. Other people talk shit all the time. I don't give a fuck. Bums. So, so whenever you get this pushback, whenever you get this hate, because I had a hilarious comment on the channel today from a nobody. Here's the thing too. A nobody. He had his regular name on there. I have no idea who it is, but just talking shit. And I'm laughing because it's always the nobodies that have the most to say about the people who are actually trying, the people who are actually building, pursuing their goals, their aspirations, their dreams. And so that reminded me of one of my favorite quotes from, it was Theodore Roosevelt, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to pull it up. Again, I've gone over this before, but just a great lesson in this quote. And it's a lesson for the gentleman that these guys who play in the NFL and they play poorly, like Mahomes in the Super Bowl, everybody's dad and uncle, fat turd on the couch is talking shit, saying how Mahomes should have done this, Mahomes should have done that. These guys are ass. They're all talking shit, throwing popcorn from the crowd. But these are all nobodies. Okay, at the end of the day, Mahomes is still rich as fuck. Mahomes is still a competitor at the highest level. Mahomes is still going to be one of the greatest players in the history of the NFL. He's
Three-time champ.
He's still the winner. So I've got a quote for you guys who are pursuing your goals and your aspirations, and you're receiving pushback. People are hating on you. You're starting to have success. Here's the quote that I always go back to. Okay, so the man in the arena. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. That's what I said. Yeah, Theodore. So the quote's called "The Man in the Arena." So this is from a speech that he gave. So, man in the arena. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, right? Not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Right?
That's great. That's a great quote.
Saying, listen, even if you don't achieve, even if you don't get to the levels that you'd strive for, at least you felt defeat. At least you were out there on the field trying. At least you played in the Super Bowl, but you lost. But you were there.
Yeah, I mean, you think about all the people that work really hard. They're super successful in their own realm, but they don't end up winning the championship. You wouldn't say that's a complete failure, right? I mean, you know how hard it is just to get to that level of being the best at anything, even just getting to the Super Bowl in itself. Like, those guys put their life into it, and then it doesn't end up working out. You're not going to say that, they're failures, but it goes for anything, business, whatever you're trying to build. You might not ultimately reach that goal, in the time frame that you set out to do it, but it doesn't mean it's a failure. Sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a way better quote than what I was going to say. My quote was, you don't want to take advice. I don't know who said this, but I've heard it before, is you don't want to take advice for someone you would never want to be like, right? A lot of
Exactly.
people listen to advice from people in the comments. It's like, okay, but if you don't ever want to be that person, if you're not striving to do what that person does, then who cares what they have to say?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's my point is anybody who knows me personally, like you, Bobby, and Logan will say the same thing. I'm me. I don't care what people think. I still do what I really don't. And it's so it was another great picture on X I saw of a guy who was criticizing Robert Kennedy Jr. and his policies as the new health administrator, whatever the fuck his title is. And so somebody quote tweeted him, this guy who was criticizing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He was criticizing him. Guy quote tweets his tweet with a picture of the guy who was criticizing Robert F. Kennedy. You see him? Fat fucking piece of shit. Not chubby, not large. No, fucking ogre, obese, morbidly obese. This is not just a little bit. No, he was fat as shit. And so, to your point, I commented under his tweet what you were just saying effectively. I said, so what you're telling me, this is exactly what I'll tell people. I said, so what you're telling me is if I take your advice, am I going to become more like you? That's all you got to say. So if I take your advice, am I going to be more like you? He's trying to say he knows better about health than Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And this guy's a fat piece of shit. So these people are delusional. He's over here criticizing Kennedy Jr. saying, well, I'm going to make sure that I think he was from Illinois or some state. And he was saying, I'm going to do everything to protect my people and push back against his policies, etc. And that was my response to him. So what you're telling me is if I take your advice, am I going to become more like you? A fat piece of shit? How could you have people? You shouldn't be able to comment on things you have no idea what the fuck you're talking on.
Yeah, obviously, if he had a little bit of knowledge about health and fitness and dieting and nutrition, he wouldn't look the way he looks.
I'm going to pull up
And
a
I know who you're
picture.
talking. I know
Yeah.
who you're talking about. I saw one with his belt pretty much under his chest. His belt was like here and is holding everything in.
Yeah, holding in his hog stomach. Hold on. I have the picture. I have to fucking see this. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So this was his response. So this is what this guy said. He said RFK Jr.'s views are dangerous. They're dangerous, misguided, and deeply disturbing. Frankly, his policies will hurt people.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I will push back on any attempt to disrupt the health and safety. It was Illinois, so Illinoisans, whatever the fuck he calls his people from Illinois. Okay, so then some guy quote tweets it, and this is the picture of him. Fucking hold on, yeah, hog. This guy, he wants to make sure his people aren't misguided.
He wants to make McDonald's great again, this guy right here.
This guy's pushing Subway and Wendy's and McDonald's on his people. I mean, but just outrageous. I mean, to look like that and then comment on the dangerous policies of RFK Jr., who's shredded for his age and very health conscious. It's just, it's the delusion of it, guy.
Have we even heard policies yet from RFK? I know he wants to do some stuff, but I haven't heard like any drastic changes coming out of there yet.
No, essentially all he said is we need to push back on the fact that vaccine companies have a law in place where the only what would it call? I guess medical treatment or medical treatment that isn't excuse me. It's the only medical treatment that cannot be sued. They can't be held liable for vaccine
Really?
injuries. Yeah. This was passed by Congress. There's a law that protects all vaccine manufacturers and vaccine companies from being held accountable for vaccine injuries and any harm that comes from vaccines. And so they lobbied for this in Congress because they were basically saying, hey, if you guys are going to let us be sued and held accountable for the injuries that come from vaccines, then we're not going to make you vaccines anymore. And they use that as leverage because the country does need vaccines for certain things. They said, okay, we can't lose vaccine manufacturing, so we're going to pass this law. You can't litigate against vaccine companies. So they're protected. It's the only thing that's protected that way. And so RFK Jr. is saying, well, we can't just have an industry where they can't be held accountable.
Yeah, they could put anything they want in the vaccines. That's like saying a construction company, they're not liable for if your house falls down a year after they build it. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Then guess what? Then they can build your house like shit. They don't care.
Cheap, not caring about it, and then it'll fall down, get blown over in a storm.
Exactly. So, anyways, but just hilarious that guy. But there's your lesson today, gentlemen. Right? The man in the arena. Okay. If you're doing big things, if you're actually having success, if you're building, if you're growing, that's the reason people have attention on you. That's why you're going to get pushback. But then, of course, your supporters are going to be even louder. And it is good to be polarizing. That's another thing I'll say too. I always say this. It's good to be polarizing because the more that people hate you, that means the people who love you, the more they love you. Same thing with Trump. Same thing with Tate. Same thing. Any figure that you've seen that's massively famous, people love them. Every force has an equal and opposite reaction. If people love you a certain amount, then people are going to hate you a certain amount, and vice versa. If people are indifferent towards you, you're not doing anything. That's not
And the
good.
thing is, too, the truth will always prevail. So if you just say what you believe to be true, even just speaking your mind to the extent that it's correct, like people will resonate with that more than this guy who's probably just trying to snake his way into some deal being, the head of health. That the benefits that come with that, obviously look at him, he's not that healthy. He doesn't have the knowledge needed to take on the role and make the country healthier, but he's trying to position himself to probably make a buck. And that's not truthful. The people could see that kind of stuff. RFK Jr. looks fit to the role. He's 70 some years old. He's got a six pack of abs. He works out religiously. And he's been speaking up on this stuff for years now. He's been saying the truths that people have been wanting to hear for years. So people resonate with the truth more. And when you come off as genuine as Robert F. Kennedy has, in this, like he's been talking about this stuff, safety and vaccines, talking about the food dyes, talking about health in America for a long time. And he even says, I know he said it during his speech when he got sworn in, that God made it his like life's journey to get to this point. He would wake up and he would pray every single day to have the opportunity to make the American people healthier. And now he's got that opportunity. So I think that truth prevails. And if you have a genuine attribute to go out and do something, that's going to be way more transparent to the people. And then, like you said, you'll be polarizing to them because you speak that truth and you actually say what you mean, as opposed to just being some backdoor politician trying to get his way in.
And you see people going towards the truth more now, which is fantastic, because back to the point of, well, if I take your advice, am I going to become more like you? This translates into so many different areas of life where there are people in positions setting policy or teaching people things that have no idea how to do the things that they're teaching. If somebody needed to send somebody into space, we'll give you an example of SpaceX. You wouldn't put the head engineer of SpaceX in place based off of the fact that they've never done anything with rockets before, or they have no background in engineering, but then they're giving you advice on how to send rockets into space. How do you think that's going to work? Won't. So why would it work with some fat lard who's trying to give you health policy? It should be a part of the job requirement that you can't be out of shape and then in charge of health. It doesn't make sense. It's the same thing with making money. People look at people online who are mentors and want to teach you how to make money and do whatever. So similar, something that we do with our network. Who are the people that you're going to be attracted to? Who are the people you want to take advice from? The ones who are making money, the ones who are living a certain lifestyle, the ones who are actually doing it. But then you look at your college professors. It's the same argument with college that I say to people is, then people want to go to college and think that they're going to get rich from going to college. Your professors have never been rich. Your professors don't own businesses. They're professors. So how are they going to teach you how to make money? How are they going to teach you how to become rich? They're just going to teach you what's in the textbook. They're just there to be an instructor. So the point is you got to take advice from the people that you want to be more like.
Yep.
If I take your advice, am I going to be more like you? And then you're somebody that I want to be, perfect. I'm going to take your advice and be very selective with the advice that you take. You have to be selective with it. I'm very conscious of that with people who give me feedback, give me advice, etc. I think about it all the time. Do I want to end up like you in your situation? No, not taking the advice. Yes, taking the advice. It's that simple.
Yeah, and it's the same thing on the internet too, you know. I mean, every post you're going to read is not going to benefit you in what you're trying to do. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there, like too much information. Like you said, you have to be selective in how you deal with that information because sometimes that was the problem I had when first starting off in doing what I do, especially in the e-commerce world. There's so much information out there that sometimes you get pulled in different directions. Sometimes it's the right path, sometimes it's the wrong path, and you have to figure out what's best for you and your path of which way you would want to go. So I agree 100% that weeding out the information that's not going to get you to your goal or being the person that you want to be, you have to trim the fat, and especially online on the internet, everybody has an opinion and everybody has a stance on something. Even if they don't say it in the tweet or in the post, there's an underlying agenda most times to what people are saying, especially in politics, you know, especially in that you could tell by just looking at a tweet sometimes it's like, okay, well, we know what side you're on, you know, just based on what you're saying. But like I said before, the people that actually are just speaking the truth, whether you're on the right, you're on the left, wherever you stand on the political spectrum, if you just say what the truth is, you're going to resonate with more people. It's just how it works.
Yeah, people aren't stupid. The American people aren't as stupid as they take them for. So, truth will always win out. What was one other point I was going to make with that? Don't remember. Anyways, watches. Want to fucking cook up a couple watches? You got something?
Yeah, I got one more point
Yeah.
actually I just remembered that I wanted to tell you about. I don't know if you saw this though. Um, Trump's new immigration plan. I don't know if you saw this. So
I
not the
only heard
green
about.
card,
Yeah, I only heard about the gold card.
the gold card. So $5 million a pop for foreign individuals who want to be get a faster track to legal immigration. It doesn't provide you as a citizen, but it gets you on that path just like a green card does. But $5 a pop. I've sorry, not $5, $5 million.
$5, yeah.
That's just as good as the border being wide open. But yeah, $5 million, and you kind of have a fast track to immigration. It brings in high net worth individuals, probably people that own businesses, people that, you know, have some extra money to spend to, you know, come to the country. So I'm just curious on your thoughts on that. And the math that they did was $5 million a piece, but times 7 million people would pay off like $30 trillion in debt. So that's kind of another income stream that they're looking at to, you know, replace some debt.
See, this is why you need people like Pompino in place to get this money fucking flowing in so you can start paying off this fucking debt and coming up with ideas on how to make money instead of extracting it from their own citizens, right? Because current politicians, they want to extract all the value from their own citizens, which is stupid for the growth of the country as a whole. You should be empowering and enriching your citizens, extracting value from the rest of the world. And so that's a great idea because I've thought about this too, and I'm glad that they think the way that I'm thinking. Instead of people they want to let people into the country illegally because they have this false sense of sympathy, or they're trying to have this some type of moral high ground to let in the illegals, let them in, not understanding that they're completely destroying the fact that there's a legal system in place, and then they're fucking everybody over who's doing it legally. So there's no real sympathy there. The people who should have sympathy are the people who are doing it legally. How do you help the people who are doing it legally? I've thought about this. How about you just improve the current immigration system so that you can bring more people in legally instead of flooding them in illegally? Pompino now has a great idea too on starting to do this. How about people who have the money for it, make them pay and they can get ahead, do a little, you know, easy pass or fast pass like they have at the fucking amusement park, right? That's a great idea. Great. People who have that money, pay for it, still legal. And then again, if you're on the left and you're saying you want more immigration into this country, which immigration isn't bad. It's how the U.S. was built. It's the illegal that's bad. If you want to improve immigration, you should be lobbying for and trying to create policy for improving the current immigration system. How can we allow more people in more effectively, more efficiently, so that we can get the process sped up? People aren't waiting 5, 7, 10 years to be able to get their citizenship. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fair. But that's how you should do it, in a way where you can make money off of it, on a way you can benefit the country off of it. People should just be coming here for free and illegally.
Well, yeah, and it's a total flip from, they come here for free and then we provide every benefit needed to survive. So not only are we going to give you a phone when you get here, we're also going to give you payments each month of $5,000 so you could survive. We're also going to put you up in the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City, so you're in walking distance to Fifth Avenue and Times Square, so you could go enjoy the city and do everything you want to do. It's a complete flip of that, of now instead of spending money on you people to come in here and live, now we're going to make money off of you to come in here and live and do what you need to do. So I think it's a great idea. And it's attracting high net worth individuals around the world who, maybe they didn't have the luxury of bringing their whole family here, but now they have money and they have power with that money to be able to spend it on a couple of their children to come to the United States. And now everyone could come, as opposed to before, maybe they only had a pathway for themselves, but now they have the money power to do that as well. So yeah, I think it's an interesting thing. We'll see how it works out. I think they said it's going to go into effect in 2 weeks already. So
Beautiful.
they don't need
Speed.
they don't need any Congress approval for this. This is just kind of a green card working with the immigration policy. So
Love
see how
that.
it goes.
Business is fucking speed. See, Trump understands. We say this shit. Business is speed. Move with urgency. Move with speed. Get the shit implemented. What are we waiting for? So,
Yeah.
nah, I love that.
So 20 people that would buy it would be $100 million. 20 people.
Beautiful.
You don't
Beautiful.
think 20 people around the world are going to want a green card?
Absolutely. You don't think them Saudis are gonna pay 5 mil? Boom, 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 boom. Get their green cards, pop into the country for sure. See,
Spend more money when they get here?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, this is how you gotta be. This is extract value, and in a good way, because the U.S. has value. The U.S. has to stop giving away all of its money, giving away all of its resources, trying to help everybody, etc. Listen, there's nothing wrong with helping people, but there needs to be an equal and opposite return in the for the value that we're giving. Our country, everyone wants to come here because there's so much value to be here. Strongest currency in the world, free nation, fantastic country. Objectively, there's a lot of great places in the U.S. to be.
Lots of land.
Tons of land, tons of opportunity for people to be able to improve their standard of living, improve their lives, etc. Great. I understand why people want to come here. But there's value to be here, so charge for that value. Make sure you're getting equal compensation. We'll bring you in, but it's got to be legal. We'll bring you in, but you got to pay if you want to skip ahead and get ahead of the line. So now we're bringing in $5 million per person who wants to skip the line, as opposed to $0, actually a net negative, by funding the illegals who skip the line by jumping over the fucking border. Yeah.
It's a brilliant move.
And some people think we're radical. Radical. Oh my.
Yeah, right?
Anyways, yeah, it's just shallow sympathy. Cool. All right, player.
All right, let's do some watches.
Let's
Check them out.
Pop out a couple watchkeys. So we've been looking, 'cause you know us, right? We're gentlemen. We like watches, and I want to make sure you guys can't see any of my personal information because I'm on my personal fucking account, because I've been looking at APs because I'm gonna buy a Royal Oak next, and I also want to do. I also got to get a new Rolex. So let's take a look here. Let me do. I gotta do a little Mr. Producer real quick. Mr. Producer. Okay, do that. All right.
So just for the gentleman that maybe didn't see our last stream, what website are you using here? What other websites, did we talk about last time?
Right. So for watches personally, I use Chrono 24. All right. Chrono 24 is not in and of itself a dealer, but it's a website where you can find trusted dealers, a lot of a selection, gives you a lot of filters that you can use whenever you're looking for these watches. And so definitely use Chrono 24. The other thing I would mention too is one of the mistakes that I made with the first watch that I bought, the first Rolex that I got, is I didn't care to get original box and papers. The watch was authenticated and it was legit, right? So I bought it from a jeweler, but I didn't buy it with box and papers, original box and papers. Now, the reason that was a mistake is because when I went to go resell the watch,
Mm,
because I'm going to start
yep.
getting some new ones, I got cooked on the value of it because I didn't have original box and papers. So when you go to sell it to somebody else at wholesale who's trying to then flip it to retail, they're going to
Yep.
ding you on the price big time. So that's why I use Chrono 24 now, because I will only buy watches now with box and papers. I need original box, original papers, no bullshit. I'll pay the premium because whenever eventually, if I do plan on selling it, I want to make sure I can get value for it. Good value. So I love this website. And so I had been looking at APs, but let's look at a couple Rolexes first because I'm actually interested in the Wimbledon. So, by the way, Italians, I got that small wrist, so I like a 36 millimeter on the date just. That's what I had. That was my original Rolex I bought. It was 36. Let me look up Wimbledon. Let me know what you think of these puppies. Yeah, here we
All
go.
right, sorry, I got disconnected there for a second. I'm back now.
Matrix attack again. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a little
So,
little disconnect. Okay, sorry, I'm back.
yeah, you're good. So, here are the filters, right? So, I'm going to make sure that these are certified dealers. Get the kick rocks, bumble clot. And then watch with original box and original
Mm.
papers. Bang. So, I always got these filters selected. And then I also, let me pull up the filters. I also want new. So, I always look for newer watches. So, there we go. Perfect. So, from 2020 to 2025, because I want that new shit. I'm not buying that fucking 90s bullshit. But yeah, the Wimbledon. So I'm planning on buying this for the next Rolex. Have something classy. The green Roman numerals, that gray dial's very nice, very
I
classy.
like the Roman numerals a lot.
Yeah, that was the first Rolex I bought had the Roman numerals as well. The Roman numerals class, that's different. Gold two tone. But let's see, 2024 used. So you're seeing anywhere between 10 and 15,000 for the Wimbledon,
Hmm.
which makes sense. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Promoted. Make sure they can't see none of my fucking info. 36 millimeter. They already got me now. They know what's going on. Yes. Yeah, they already know. So, but yeah, this is how you wanna. This is how you wanna look for the watch. I would not buy it without the original box and papers unless you're a watch flipper. That's your hustle. You're buying them, you're flipping them, you're selling them to retail. Okay, fine. Personally, to keep, to wear, to have long term, I wouldn't get it without the original box and papers.
Yeah, 100%. So, what's your thought and what's your take on gold versus silver? So something like this, somebody wants to get one, but they see this date just
Mm-hmm.
here, silver, obviously. What's your take on gold versus silver? I know it's a pretty, people go back and forth on it. Some guys like gold, some guys like silver. I personally really don't have a preference. I think they're both good for different situations, different outfits.
Right.
Just curious what you think, because this one's silver here.
Yeah, I agree. So it's going to be dependent on the situation. So you don't typically want to mix gold and silver at the same time. So, for example, whenever I would wear my Rolex, I wouldn't have on my gold bracelets. I always have my gold chain, but that's not always showing with an outfit. But you don't want to mix silver and gold, right?
Hmm.
So if you're going to be showing gold on your wrist, you're going to be showing gold on your fingers. If you have rings, then you want the gold watch or something to match that. You don't want to have opposites. If you do have the silver on, the silver watch, then typically you just want to allow the watch to rock and you don't want to have other gold showing because it throws off the look. So Yeah, personally, I don't have a preference in the sense that I would only wear one over the other. It just depends on what you're wearing. What's the situation? Does it make sense? Does it look good? That's why you want your first Rolex to be something that you can wear with a lot of different things. Because if you're not buying a bunch of different watches to be able to match with different outfits, you want to have something that's pretty plain that's gonna go with everything. So that's exactly what I did with my first date. Just was it was silver. It was two tone in the sense that it was white gold. So it was white gold bezel, fluted bezel. It was the Jubilee band, and it was actually very similar to this, literally this, but just not the Wimbledon.
Hmm.
And the reason I bought that for the first one was because it went with everything. I could wear it with anything. If I wore it with a suit, I was wearing the shit to the fucking gym. I didn't care, bro. I just fucking had my watch on all the time. So yeah, I would start with something silver. Something like this is beautiful. You don't have to necessarily start with the Wimbledon if you don't have fucking five figures to drop on a watch right now. But you can get just even as a starter, because I actually spent about 10.5K there if you're pimping. But you could do something just to give these guys an idea. You don't have to drop 10 G's on a Rolex for the first Rolex that you buy. So if we just do a date just, right? So look at this. Date just from $409. Well, obviously you're not going to get one that's $409. But look, you can get a 36 millimeter date just for 3,300. You know, it doesn't have to be fucking outrageous.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, for sure. So if you do, now I would include box and papers on this. So
Hmm.
where's it at? Okay, now box and papers, you see how much the price
Yeah.
jumps up. Yeah. That's the big difference. When you get the box and papers with it, it's going to be a big difference in the price. But again, it's, what do you want to do with it? If you're never going to sell it again and you're okay with not having the box and papers, you can go for it if you want to catch something for like 3, 4 Gs. Again,
Yeah.
personally, I'm not doing that, but if you want to, you could.
Yeah, because then you're putting it at risk for the authentication. You don't know if you don't have the papers with it. You don't know if what you're getting is legit or what they say it is.
Right. So you could try this. You could say, okay, it's a certified dealer through Chrono, but you don't do the box and papers. So you could say, all right, I know the watch is still legit. I just don't have the original box and papers with it. Now you're able to find it for a lot less. So you could find something for 5 grand. This one doesn't look too bad. 2002 though. You see how much older they are though.
Yeah, you can see the style in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see a big difference. This one's
I like that one with the navy blue on the inside, if that's what it is, navy blue.
this one I'm
Or,
hovering on right now.
yeah, can't tell if that's navy blue or if it's black.
That is clean. That's different.
I like the lines on it, like the lines on the inside.
Yeah. That's black, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, black.
Hmm.
Interesting. That's
That
a
one's cool
nice.
because the light would hit that differently depending on the angle, and it would show those lines. Or this, like right here, it just shows dark black. I like that one. That one's different.
Yeah, I like this too. That is nice. That's very different. Interesting. Got nice two tone. Got the gold. You got the silver. Interesting. That is a very nice watch. 7 Gs. Contact them, gentlemen. Get them down to 5 Gs. See if you can make it happen. Probably not, but maybe get it down to 6. That's different. I like that. That is a nice
Yeah.
watch.
And for me too, I have smaller wrists, smaller, skinnier arms, so it's always you always want to look for something that's gonna fit good. I can't really wear anything too bulky
Mm-hmm.
because it'll be clunky on my wrist. It'll look too big. So something skinnier like that, it looked like I had a skinnier band, skinnier face would fit me a lot better. So just for guys that are out there in the watch market, make sure you go out and you kind of see what it looks like in person too. Because, for guys that do have larger wrists, a skinnier watch and a smaller face might not look as good on you
Mm-hmm.
because you're a larger guy, you got larger forearms or whatever. So it's just another way to kind of, make it that perfect watch for you, that perfect fit.
Exactly. No, I agree for sure. You got to make sure that these fit well. So the 36 millimeter is the diameter of the face for those of you guys that don't know, And then the wrist itself, if you have small wrists, they're able to take links out to make it tight on your wrist. But you definitely need a smaller face if you have smaller wrists. And then this one's nice too. This one's classy. This is very classy.
The white face. So this is the opposite from what we just looked at, the black face. This is the white face here.
Yep. This is very classy. Roman numerals on the dial. Got your date right there. Bang. And again, like I said before, you'd never buy the Rolex to be able to tell the time or use the date, but it's a nice look. Nobody fucking uses the Rolex.
What day is it?
Yeah, right. What? Oh, it's the 15th. I forgot. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. People are
Like you
hilarious.
don't got your $1,000 iPhone telling you every time you go on it.
Exactly. But look at this class. This is very nice. 7,200. You could probably get them down to 7,000 if you contact them. Very good year production. 93. So not super. I mean, it's old, but not super old. It doesn't look.
But I mean, it could go both ways with a 1993. You know, it's classic. That's what it's giving. So if you do want to go for that classic look, and you have the papers that show, hey, this watch is from 1993. When you look back on it in 30, 40 years, you're gonna go, wow, okay, this watch is almost 50 years old. Which if you keep it in shape, if you keep it looking clean, it's probably gonna be worth even more, from $7,000.
Right.
So that's also the benefit of maybe buying something a little bit older.
Yep. Something antique, something collector. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. I'm not a fan. What do you think of leather bands?
I've never had one. Never had one. I don't think I ever will, to be honest.
I agree. I'm the same way. I don't like. I mean, once you got 30 watches, sure, you're gonna have one in there just as part of the collection. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It just to me it kills the class of the watch. It's makes it look less luxurious to me, less impressive. So I don't understand. I understand it, but I just don't do it. I wouldn't do it.
It takes away from that jewelry feel. Like you got a nice fine piece of jewelry on,
Yep.
in my opinion.
These are really nice too. I like blue faces. Different. Again, a blue face wouldn't be the first watch I would buy because it's not going to go with everything. But it's class. I like blue face.
I like the all silver.
Yeah.
All silver in the blue face. What are your thoughts on, some of the Daytona faces?
I'm not a huge fan of the Daytonas. I either like the presidential or the Datejusts. Let's look up Daytona. Yeah. So these, I understand that they're more expensive. People fucking go crazy for these. For me, it's too much, especially for my wrist. I can't have something like this on my wrist.
Is what we just talked about, having something that's not too clunky on your wrist. I have skinny wrists, so something like this might be a little too big for me as well.
Right. Yeah, these just don't. These don't do it for me. They don't. They just don't. It's just too bulky. Yeah. Yeah.
So the three interfaces too, do they do different things, or is that just mostly, I know some of them probably do like barometric pressures and, you could do seconds on the inside or whatever it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'll be different readings. So I'm not entirely sure which each reading is, which again, hilarious because nobody buys the fucking Rolex for its features. They buy it for the fucking benefits, the prestige of it. They got all these fucking dials. Like, I don't know what the fuck these dials do. Who
Yeah,
gives a
right.
fuck? Yeah. It's who knows what this Daytona. So that would be for racing. So they probably lap time. So they probably have that's what it would be. So chronograph. So it does timing. Yep. And then there's your dials on the right hand side. So you click one, start it. Click one, stop it. Yeah. So chronograph. Just again, it's not. This to me is not. It's not it. It's not it for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like you said, you're paying for more features, but nobody's using the features of a Rolex watch.
Fuck no.
It's either sitting in a box, not getting used, or you're wearing out elegantly.
Right. Same thing with the GMTs. Too much. Submariner, too much. These three, I can't do these three. Right? The only ones I would buy and have bought are Datejust and Day Date. Yachtmaster, too much.
Yeah, that's a lot on the Yacht Master.
Yeah, it. Again, I understand people love them, but to me, that's not classy. I don't wear that and think, oh, this is fucking class. Nah, it's just it's too big. It's too bulky. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, what is
Explorer,
that?
the Mille. Let's see what the
That
fuck's.
looks like some glow in the dark feature or something.
Yeah, interesting. This is different. This is very different. What the fuck is this? Look at that. Look at that second dial. That
A
second
little
arm.
little lightning bolt.
Yeah, interesting. This must be a fucking very interesting.
Yeah, it's giving glow in the dark.
Yeah, it is looking like a glow in the dark piece. Get this for your fucking 6 year old for at night when he's scared. Glow in the dark Rolex. Interesting. That's very different. I haven't seen that before. The Rolex Milgauss 40 millimeter stainless Z blue dial oyster glow in the dark bomba clut. All right, let's get back to the top. So yeah, I mean, I'm only grabbing day date. Day dates where you can get the presidentials, of course. And what else we got? Yacht Master, GMT Master, Explorer, Little Lady, Day Just for what you buy it for your honey. Yeah, Explorer. Yeah, I'm only looking at the Day Just and presidential day date. Day dates though, let's take a look at this real quick. Day dates are class. Obviously, the difference is going to be you get the day of the week, not just the date, because I know you guys are dying to know if it's Friday or Thursday or Saturday, because you can't keep track of it, right? So you need your Rolex to be able to tell you what day of the week it is, right? So let's take a look at these. So for those of you who don't know, the presidential is going to be something with the large middle piece to the band. So hold on, I'll show you. This is fucking class. This right here is a banger. So this is what I would buy after getting a plain stainless steel, right? Rolex, you get plain stainless steel, clean, first watch, be able to wear it with everything. Then you want to switch it up and you want to wear some gold and you want to have your other gold pieces on. Bang, then you buy the gold Rolex. This shit will fucking pop when you're wearing all gold. And it's got
I
the
like the the face of it's kind of like a pearl material. This one looks like. You see what I'm saying? It looks kind of
yep.
like
Yes.
pearlish.
It does look like a pearl. Yeah. It's very clean. Diamond bezel.
It's all about the details.
Yes, that's fucking beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah,
Or
that's
not
really
diamond
nice.
bezel. It's a diamond fucking diamond face. Beautiful. Look at that. Fucking beautiful. This is a nice watch.
Yeah, that one's really nice. I like that one.
Bomba clot. 46.4. This is about how much I was looking at the APs for. So this was the AP that I'm looking at right now. So Royal Oak. And the Royal Oaks I'm looking at are about between 40, 60,000. So I'll show you guys the filters I was looking on. So certified 100% with original box and papers. And then I'm looking at only the newer, yeah, 20 to 25. Okay. So something like this, right? Very classy,
Yep. Clean.
clean. Clean look. You know it's AP as soon as you see it just based off of the design. There.
Yeah, I like how they do the edges on this one. It's very clean edges. For Rolex, you got a lot of cuts and a lot of edges kind of going in every which direction. This one's very clean. Even the band itself is like flat,
Mm-hmm.
like a flat, but they keep it super clean with the links.
Absolutely. Look at that. Nice
Well,
and
that's thinner
skinny.
than I'd imagine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the newer models are going to be a lot slicker, a lot thinner because they made them, yeah, just make it look more compact.
That's good too, because you don't want to be bumping stuff on your wrist, hitting your watch. So the thinner it is, obviously, the less you'll be catching it on stuff.
Yeah, you don't want your AP fucking smacking against the table. Look at that. Yeah, clean. So yeah, so I'm looking at APs like that around the $40,000 to $50,000 range. And one little piece of advice for you gentlemen. For whatever reason, you're still not inside the Taylor's Code and you're not in there investing with us and making money. When you see me on stream with the AP, we probably sold. So that will be your top signal, gentlemen. All right. If for whatever reason you don't want to make money with us and you're still watching these streams, just know when I'm on here with the AP, we're out of the markets. So, we're out, gentlemen. I mean, yeah, you can get APs for not. It's not that bad at all. I mean, look at this, 34.8. It's light for an AP Royal Oak. Let's see. I mean, you can see how crazy they get whenever you get the. Let me look at this fucking face.
Yeah, that one's definitely not for telling the time.
No. Yeah, you don't even know what the fuck time it is with this watch. There is no time. It's literally just the inner workings of the watch. It's fucking sick, though.
That is sick. So intricate. You don't realize how many pieces are in there.
Yeah. Ollie said in the chat, two things. He said, I quite like a Tissot PRX power. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then he said, don't bring the AP to London. You have about a 50-50 chance of losing your hand. Oh, I know. London's a failed society, so I'm not bringing a fucking $50,000 AP to London. Speaking of London, here's this fucking bumbleclot right here. And Ollie, you can't talk to me about any kind of watch less expensive than a Rolex because I do not know what they are because I'm not a watch guy. I only buy it for the fact that they cost a lot. So whatever a Tissot PRX is, never heard of it. All right, Daytona. Yeah, so that would be the two. So the AP Royal Oak, we didn't look too much at the APs. I'll look at a little bit more of the Royal Oak just to get these guys an idea. Let's see here. And then price range, I'm going to see, because I'm keeping it between. Right here. So you even get a chronograph on the AP too. This one's interesting.
No. They still call it the Royal Oak, that one?
Yeah, Royal Oak chronograph.
Mm.
This is interesting too. Different dial.
That one's got the grid face.
Mm-hmm. Very clean. I like the blue better, but it's... Look at the back of that.
Oh, I like the clear back.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It's levels, gentlemen. These are the things that you got to start working towards. If you... There are people who think a couple $100 is a lot of money, and then you got people dropping 50K cars on their wrists, you know? There's levels to this shit. You got to think bigger. Let's see.
That's a 2025 Toyota Corolla right there. Maybe even more.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to drive around in a Corolla or throw an AP on your wrist? Buy the fucking AP. Don't buy the Corolla, bumbleclot. How are you going to spend 50 G's on a Corolla when you can get the AP Royal Oak? Interesting. That's different. Let's look at this. But leather band though.
Yeah.
Kills it. Still clean. It is clean.
It is clean. I do like the leather band if it's done right. This one looks like it's like kind of connected into the face. Nice.
Yeah. I agree. Beauty.
That one's nice.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all, gentlemen. If you have a question in the chat, anybody wants to see a specific watch, let me know. This is nice. Yeah, with the AP, I'll probably end up going with the blue face. This one's nice too. This one looks like a lighter. Here, this is 37 millimeter as well. That's what I was looking at with the APs. I don't think they have them in 36. They have them in 37. recommendations
It's
for
I
you.
don't know how I feel about that square face, like the square grid. It works for some colors, but some colors I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Like this one.
Yeah, like see how they all have the square grid face?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hit or miss for some of them for me.
Yeah.
Like the blue, I feel like it works on the blue. The green, it works. I feel like it's more of the whites and the blacks that maybe doesn't go as well.
Right. Yeah, because then it meshes too much. It makes it
Yeah.
look too bland. Are we able to see some Patek? Oh, you want to see a little Patek Philippe?
So
Yeah, what's up? You want to change to something?
yeah, let's see Patek Philippe.
Yeah, see Patek on my wrist. Patek is not my go-to after. Let's see. What do we like here? Which one, All? You got one in mind? Let's see. Aquanaut, Grand. Let's see. Nautilus is the one you usually hear about. Let's look at the Nautilus.
Yeah, the Nautilus is probably the
Popular.
most famous one.
Let's see. Okay, we want. Let's make sure we got the original papers. Okay. So you're looking at what? 40 Gs, 70 Gs, 105, 169. Let's see. This one iced the fuck out. The first one, Ollie said. I don't know how long ago that comment got sent in. Look at that. It's going to be for you, Ollie. This one's going to be for you. It's nice.
I feel like the face is just kind of small,
Yeah. Very
or
small.
maybe there's just a lot of links on it. But either way, it comes in a cardboard box.
Yeah, this one's for you, Ollie. This is. Oh,
Oh, ladies,
yeah.
I
Serviced
was
in
gonna
22.
say, oh, the face looked really small on that one.
Ah, yeah. This is definitely the one for Ollie then. All right. That's the ladies. Get the fucking ladies out of here. We need some fucking men's. But yeah, Ollie, you're looking at looks like over 100 G's for some of these. Let's see. 37. What is this? Midsize. 91. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not loving it. It's all right. It's not going to be my go-to.
How about I know this brand has a lot of the leather bands, but I'm curious what they have that's not a leather band. Cartier.
Cartier, yeah.
I know they have a lot of the smaller faces, square faces.
Yeah,
Um,
Cartier is class. I fuck with Cartier. I'm assuming you're talking about this one right here.
yeah, yeah, that one.
See if
It's
they
actually
got
cheaper than I thought too. Got some
the
Roman
Panted.
numerals.
The Panted. Look at that. Class. So we'll do certified. We need to do a little box and papers because we actually might fucking pull trigger on this because it's not that expensive at all. Let's make sure they're newer. Okay. Not bad. I mean, look, same thing as a Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
But this is fucking tiny, bro. I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
fucking
got to be a
tiny.
women's one.
Yeah, it looks like any of the larger faces is around 20. Let's see. Let's look at this one.
They are also known just to be smaller. They're not as big as the other watches.
Right. This is class, though. This is class. This is class.
That would be really nice to wear out.
Yes. Swiss made. What? Look at
Swiss
that.
made.
Water resistant, all. You can go swimming with it. Just what you needed, huh? A water resistant Cartier. Yeah, that's very classy. I like that a lot. Year production 23, so yeah, very new. Original box, original papers. All right, so we could dabble with something like that. 25 G's, a little in between the Rolex and the AP. Let's see. Here's diamond studded. Diamond bezel.
Yeah, this one, you know what you're getting with this one.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting from Cartier. You're getting that look, that face, and the bands are all pretty similar.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. When you guys buy these watches, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for recognizable faces, recognizable pieces, because when you're going to spend this kind of money, you want people to know what the fuck it is. You see that face, you know it's Cartier. You see the AP, you see that pentagon hexagon face, you know it's AP. When you see the Rolex, you know it's a Rolex. It's very noticeable. I mean, even all the time I would go to the gym, right? Hilarious because I beat that Rolex up. I wore it to the gym, and even at the gym, people would notice, like, bro, what nice watch or da 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 da. Because they just see me at the gym fucking pumping triceps, and I got fucking $10,000 Rolex on my wrist. But people notice it. That's what you want. You want people to notice the watch. That's why you're buying it. So you gotta look for these recognizable pieces. Not whatever the fuck Ollie told me, the Tissot PRX. I wouldn't see that thing from a mile or from 2 inches from my face. Look at that AP. That's different.
Wow. What is that band?
No, I think that's packaging.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gangster.
yeah.
Very nice though. This is an interesting Rolex too. That's very nice. Old though. 18 karat. Interesting. Yeah, Cartier's clean. I like that. This one's a two-tone. Let's check this out real quick.
That was cool.
Yeah, I like this. Two-tone's classy on this. Very sleek, very thin too, just like the AP. Yeah, this is a watch though you can only pull off if you have small hands.
Yeah, it's very very small
Yeah,
band, small face.
tiny. You can't be having fucking linemen in the NFL wearing these things. It's not gonna look right.
Nah. What
Beauty.
other brands they have on here? Let's just take a look at see what kind of brands they got.
So let's see. Brand. So they got Rolex, Patek, Breitling, Cartier, IWC, Hublot's a big one too. Omega, Audemars, AP, Two Doors a big one. Seiko's a big one. What about Grand Seiko? They got Grand Seiko on here. Grand Seiko. So no, we could probably go to Seiko then. Omega, Breitling. Let's see. AP, Two Doors, and where's Seiko? Where the fuck was Seiko? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Frank Mille.
Frank Mule.
Check out one of these. These are different.
Oh, okay. They got the I do like that one. That square face is nice.
The one with the red band.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's got that. It's got that Picasso look to it.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
That's a great way to put it. Yep.
I like that.
A little
Very different.
abstract.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And they're not that expensive. Not at all. These must be older watches. They have to be. Let's do production here.
Guys, this is the only show on the internet where it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're looking at $20,000 watches. All right. There's
Exactly.
no other show on the internet doing this.
There's only people who can't look at these watches because everybody else is sleeping in. Fucking bro, talk about brokies. Talk about sleeping in, not doing nothing. We're over here. These are the only new ones. Interesting. So look at this. Leather bands though. Yeah, if somebody's got to know watches to know what this is.
Yeah.
Which if that's your thing, then yeah, it
I like
makes
how it's
sense.
rounded too. See how the face is kind of rounded?
Yeah. Very nice. Let's look at this other one. And I like the Picasso look. Is this the one? No, this is a different one. Yeah.
Here's one thing about the leather bands that is kind of a positive is that you could switch them out theoretically.
Yeah.
Like
True.
this one, it's a black leather. Like maybe you want to switch it up and get more of a red leather or something to kind of change the outfit or make the watch look different.
That's what I was
That's one
just
benefit.
thinking. I was just thinking a red leather band with something like this would be
Will go
gangster.
really nice.
That'd be
Nice
fucking
black
gangster.
suit with some red accessories, and then this watch with the red leather.
Oh yeah, black suit, red tie, red leather band. Ooh, little red pocket
Little
square. Yeah.
handkerchief.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm getting ideas. Yeah, this is why you got to do this, gentlemen. Sometimes you just got to look. A lot of times too, people don't realize. People in their minds will over exaggerate how expensive some things are too. So unless you actually look at what a car costs, or unless you look at what a watch actually costs, a lot of times it's actually less than you think, which is good, which is exciting. This is why it's important to actually do these sorts of things whenever you're thinking about buying something, because you get an idea of what it actually takes to be able to afford it. You don't want to have it as a mystery in your mind how much I have to be able to pay to be able to afford it, etc. Then you never have a goal that you can actually shoot for. When I bought my first car, the GT, I thought it was going to be way more difficult to get it than what I had originally had anticipated. And then when I actually went into the dealership and started doing the numbers and found out what the monthly payment would be, etc., then I realized how quick, oh, this is not that much. It's like, okay, cool. I can afford that for sure. And then I bought it. It was cool. I got it. But unless you actually go in and you see it, you see what the numbers are, you crunch them, you know how much money you're making, you know how much money you're going to have to send out for something, you're not going to be able to strive for it, to have it as a goal. You got to know what you're shooting for. So you got to
Yep.
look at these things to see, okay, what do I need to be able to buy this?
And I think honestly, that one's 7,000 for that. That's a pretty, it's so unique. Is like I'm paying for the uniqueness of that watch. Like nobody's gonna have that
Yep.
anywhere you go. I mean, there's gonna be some guy in New York City in his penthouse that has this watch, and maybe he knows what it is, but you're never gonna run into anybody who's gonna, have the same watch as you. You're paying for the uniqueness, and people are gonna know the name. They're gonna know the Frankie Mule,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like this is a good piece right here. I really like this, and for this price too. And if you want to be a bargain shopper, like everything is up for sale,
Yep.
at a discount. Like everything is negotiable. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a negotiable price here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. I'm sure this is not final sale.
Yeah. Suggest a price right here. You can get them down to 6,800. Right? Suggest a price. Let them know what you're willing to pay for it. That's the nice thing about Chrono, is not just click buy and then that's just what you pay for. You can contact these people and try to negotiate them down and get a better rate, better price. This watch. The more I'm looking at it, Bobby, the more I fuck with this. This is
Yeah,
nice.
same. Yeah. I like. Can you go on the face again with the magnifying glass?
Yeah. Oops. I guess not.
Because I see some waves in there now that I'm looking. See the waviness of it?
Yeah. Very nice. Swiss
Hello in the
made.
chat. Yep, I see your chat. Hello. Good morning. What are we doing today? We're looking at luxury watches. Frank Mueller right now,
Yeah.
to be exact.
Yeah. What's it look like we're doing, Harry? We're looking at fucking. No. That's nice. I really like that watch, Bobby. Holy shit. That's nice. I'm going to
Hmm.
add that to the list.
Yeah, add that to the cart there.
Yeah. Yeah, to the guard. We got to do that. I'll buy a watch live on stream. Get these guys fired up. I'll do that. When I
Yeah, no,
buy it, I'll buy it on stream.
perfect.
That'll be sick. Let the gentleman see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, gentlemen, what we're here to do every week is to inspire, get you to work a little bit harder. And if it's things we got to do like that, is just show you guys some watches, show you guys talk through stuff like that. That's what we're here to do. Here to make more money, increase the income levels, increase the mindset is the big thing
Yep.
that especially I want to do. I just want to increase the mindset that you guys can have this stuff. It's not a fantasy land where you hear rappers talking about their APs and stuff. Like this is attainable in real life, and you got to go out
Exactly.
there and you got to get it. But it all starts with increasing your income, increasing the gap that you do on a normal day. It's just all about being better than you were yesterday, which is tough to do on the day to day, and that's why Winning is feels so good, and it's good to do because it's hard to do. Not everybody can do it. So
Exactly. That's a great point. People, it hurts so much to get to where you want to get to, but when you get there, you have to have these trophies. You have to have things to show your success, to show the hardship, the effort that you had put into building your business. There's nothing wrong with spending money and having things that you want. This is why you work so hard. You got to collect the trophies. Now, the journey in and of itself, the hardship, playing the game is what's actually giving you the experience, giving you the satisfaction, etc. But when you win the Super Bowl, you still want the fucking Lombardi trophy. Like, you still want it. You still want the Stanley Cup. It feels good to have it. It's the fact that it's rare. It's the fact that nobody gets to have it. That the fact that so few human beings ever laid their hand on a Stanley Cup trophy. That's what makes it special. These are the trophies that we're looking at. These are your trophies in business. Your trophy is the supercar. Your trophy is your first Rolex. Your trophy is your first house. You got to work towards these things, and you got to reward yourself for the efforts that you're putting in. You're not just fucking, going to war every single day just for the sake of going to war. No, you're looking to collect these trophies.
yeah, and that's the thing. You almost want to have a bank account stacking up with cash. Treat yourself to your hard work is the whole point, and make your lifestyle better. Go out, with a nice watch on, with a nice suit on that we talked about last week. There's ways to improve your life other than just making more money. It's also spending money, reinvesting in yourself is part of it, and that is reinvesting in yourself, buying yourself nice things, and driving around in your nice car, whatever it might be. However you want to treat yourself and reinvest in yourself, it's all there to be had.
Absolutely. And gentlemen, never be afraid to put your head down, disappear for a little bit, and stay down so that you can get up. Okay. The other thing that we're not here to teach you is act like you should be spending every single dollar you ever make to have some type of persona or image. No, listen. It's good to stay down. It's good to stack up your bankroll. It's good to have powder, fresh powder, money, cash in the account so that you can invest into things, so that you can buy property, so that you can buy crypto. It is good to have cash on hand. But when it makes sense, I'll give you an example. You got 50 G's in the bank account, bro, go buy a fucking $5, $6, $8,000 watch. Just do it. Not every week, not every single month, not drain your entire account so you have no more money yet, but go buy the watch. Start to do the things that are going to make you feel more successful. Get the trophies, start to collect, start to have the wardrobe improving. Do these things so that you can start to feel that. You can feel the progression. You can see the progression in your life and your business. You want to start to see these things, and then that will continue to build on your aura. That'll continue to build up your confidence. That'll continue to get you new connections into new circles. One of the big things in Arizona that would happen because of the GT, I still have it all the time. People always give thumbs up. Oh, sick car. Da, da, da. To me, the car don't even, it's like fucking old now. But in Arizona, what do nice cars do? I got invited to car meets. I did cars and coffee. I made a connection with a good friend of mine now. Cool dude. Baseball player. He's a professional baseball player. Dude was fucking like 21. And he's a professional baseball player. So he had his M4 comp. I met him. We started driving around. We're boys now. We're cool. Like, you just meet people and you make connections.
Yep.
I'm friends with the dude in the MLB. All right, cool.
Life is about energy, and you could use the money as a tool. Money is a tool to increase your energy in whatever realm you're going to be in, and that's how people work. And that's how people work towards their goals is invest money into where they want to see the energy go, and whether that's your business, whether that's your lifestyle, whether that's your car, whatever it might be, wherever you want to put the energy into and use your capital as a tool to get there. That's what life's about. So, like you said, not sitting on that pile of cash, but using it as energy to get to where you want to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Great point. You can't be stingy with money and expect to make money. If you hoard money, you'll never make money. You're just going to be a dude with a savings account with money that's depreciating. So, yeah, outside of that, gentlemen, get inside the Taylor's Code. The Discord is fucking cracking. I'm going to say it again and again and again. You're going to do it at some point. Okay? Here's the reality. You're going to do it at some point. You're going to want to be a part of the Taylor's Code. You're going to want to be a part of the network. Come to the events that we start having, traveling and going to the places that we're going to start going together, making the money that we're making. You're going to do it at some point. So the question is do you want to pay more for something that you don't have to? March 1st, The community is going to $50 a month, okay? Which is the bare minimum that it should be. But just to help grow the community and show support to our early followers, our early trustworthy, the men that have been loyal to us from the beginning, it's only
Yep.
25 a month right now. You have 3 days. 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
Short month.
Yeah. You have 2 days to join the Taylor's Code and be grandfathered in at 25 a month for the rest of your life. It'll never change for you. 2 days, you wait 2 days, and you wait 3 days, you're going to pay double every single month for the rest of your life. So again, I encourage you to operate with a sense of urgency, understand the business's speed. Join now so you don't have to pay more for something that you don't have to. I'm sure nobody wants to do that, right? Okay.
Nope. This is the sorry. This is the last gentleman's code at this price. Next week is today's price is not tomorrow's price.
There's
Or
3.
yo, what's the quote? Yesterday's price is not today's price, but today's price is not next week's price.
Exactly. So inside the Taylor's Code, what are we doing? The private crypto plays. You want to make money in crypto? You want to be able to make money in these kinds of financial markets? We're inside doing that every single day. I hit multiple 2, 3, 4, and a 7x over the last 2 weeks in the trenches while the rest of the market's going down. I've been printing in the trenches. I've been just slowly but casually just boop, boop, boop. And the bots keep track of how many X's they do. Like it's in there. Like the data's there. I've been cooking. So I'm putting plays in the trenches for you to make money. We're analyzing markets. I'm giving you when we're accumulating, when we're selling, when we're buying, how we're taking profits, etc. And Bobby's in there. Well, I'll let Bobby talk about the e-com. And then we have the fitness campus where you want to be shredded to the fucking gills and improve your fitness levels. Logan's in there with his supplementations, all the supplements he's taking, showing you exactly what he's taking, why he's taking it, how it affects your body and your mind. He's giving you the workout plans, literally giving you exactly what to do so that you can get fucking shredded, train for marathons, train for Ironmans, all these things. Okay? So you got the fitness stuff inside of there, so you're going to get access to the fitness campus. And then Bobby's in there with the e-com campus if you want to get, and I'll let Bobby talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody out there wants to increase their income, you have to have your own business in some realm, right? So you have to go build a business. It's as simple as that. And what's the easiest way to do that? It's to build an e-commerce store starting right here today in your bedroom on your laptop. You could have a store, a business up and running. And that's what I want for everybody inside of the community is I want people to have their own businesses. I want people to have their own stores where they could sell whatever they want to sell, whether you want to sell clothes, you want to sell gadgets, you want to sell a digital product, maybe you have a course, a YouTube video that you teach people how to do something. You could sell that. You could sell anything you want in this world. People are selling everything already out there. So all you have to do is create your website, get your product up there. We have different processes for different things depending on what you want to do. But all you have to do is start driving traffic to your business in some way or another, and you'll start getting sales. And I want everybody to have their own business in some realm. No matter what you're selling, how you're selling it, we could get it up and running for you, and we'll start getting you more income than you already need. And my strategies are pretty simple. I want you to start with as low as money as possible. We could get up a digital product for $0. I have some resources that I could share that you could put up a digital product for literally $0. Like you don't have to spend a single dollar to get a website built and to get a product listed. So as little as $0 to get something out there into the realm, and just it's just a process just to learn, right? And why I like to start with $0 is because you're not going to make $100,000 in your first 6 months just getting up and going. You have to learn the basics. You have to learn a little about marketing. You have to learn a little bit about web development. But that's the best way to do it, is to learn, is to slowly, gradually get into it. So that's my goal, is for everybody in the community to just start a business, start an e-commerce store, start something, start putting yourself out there to sell.
Yeah. And I love that you said the fact that you're going to actually teach them the basics, understanding how to fundamentally build a store and make money in the long run. Because what Bobby's doing is he's showing you how to actually make money. It's not somebody trying to sell you some one-time purchase course and you get all this fugazi information and then you never actually learn how to make any money. No. What Bobby's doing is he's actually, either if you already have a store, auditing it, showing you how to become more efficient, more profitable, more effective, or if you've never built a store before, he's literally going to teach you from step one how to build the store, provide products, get the marketing going, making money, making sales, etc., and teaching you in a way where then you can do it for yourself, right? We're not here to be the person that, a hungry man is there and we give him a fish for the day, the man eats for a day. No, we're going to show you how to fucking fish so you can go get your food every single day whenever you want to. That's the real lesson. That's the real value. When you have a network of people who are all successful and making money, that makes the entire network better. We're looking to build a network, a fraternity of people for us to be able to grow as individuals, not just teach you how to do something once and then tell you to kick rocks. No, this is a real network. We talk to each other every single day inside the Discord. We're talking about money. We're talking about fitness. We're talking about faith. Everything's inside. So join ASAP. Get inside. Let's make some fucking money. Outside of that, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go as well. We'll see you guys next week.
Beauty. All right, gentlemen. See you next week. Boom. Well, Mr. Producer. Hold on. Mr. Producer. We got all them hoes. Just a reminder, you haven't already put Logan's and Bobby's socials on the live stream at the top or something. I tried doing that, Ollie, but it doesn't work. So I'm going to have to, Mr. Producer.